whether you were out Black Friday shopping or putting up that Christmas tree or the decorations and making Christmas cookies as all can be, this Cordon Bleu Christmas treat is just for you. Let's start on the bread portion of our recipe. And what you're going to be needing is 2 cups of water, 1/4 cup oil, 1½ tablespoons of our yeast, and then 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of sugar, and then you're going to be adding at least 5 cups of the flour right now. Don't go adding it all. I want you to reserve some, because sometimes it will take less and sometimes it will take more. So I always start on the lesser side. Okay, I'm going to hold back flour. And then you're going to be needing 1½ teaspoons of salt. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this to my bread machine on the dough setting, and we'll be back. Okay, and now for our sauce. I have already a cup of milk in my saucepan here. I put a good tablespoon of my chicken broth seasoning or bouillon. And then I went ahead and I chopped up the little head of broccoli, and I also chopped up the stalk of the broccoli. We have 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. We have 1/2 cup of baby Swiss cheese. We have 1 pound of ham, 1 pound of chicken. We have some honey Dijon mustard that we're going to be putting in there. And we're also going to be putting just a dab of the Worcestershire sauce. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of salt to our saucepan. And then we're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of the honey Dijon mustard. And then we're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of the Worcestershire sauce. And then to this, we're going to add the 1/2 cup of Parmesan. And go ahead and add 1/2 the cup of the baby Swiss cheese. And we're going to take this over to the stove and bring this all up to a simmer, and we're going to melt the cheese. And as soon as the cheese is starting to melt, it is when we're going to add the chopped up broccoli, florets, and the chopped up stalk. Alright, all our cheese has melted really nice into our sauce. Now it's time to add the stalks. I like eating the stalks first because they're a little bit thicker and they take a little bit longer to cook and to soften. So I like throwing them in first. Okay, stir all that in. Go ahead, put the florets in and give that all a good stir. Ooh, look at all that cheesy goodness. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go fetch our dough and see how that's coming along and divide that up and stuff and start rolling it up. And by that time, my cheese mixture and stuff will be cooled down enough to be able to use and to make a recipe. So let me go get our dough. Cut our dough in half because we're only going to be using half of this right now. Let's go ahead, shape this back into a circle, and we're going to divide this into fours. So let's cut this in half. And then cut it in half again. Cut that in half. And then, okay, now with this 1/4 of our dough, we're going to roll it out to be a triangle. Okay, there is my triangle. And now let's go ahead and take some of our chicken, and we're going to put a nice layer of our chicken meat all down. Overlapping a little bit, you know, so slightly. So continue on spreading your chicken meat down. I could just eat this broccoli and cheese sauce all by itself. I mean, it's like good. But you can't. We need it for our Cordon Bleu Christmas tree that we're making. So go ahead, spread down a nice layer of the broccoli and the cheese. So I'm going to continue to do that. Okay. Like what we did with the chicken, I want you to do the same with our ham. And then after this layer, we're going to put another layer of bread on top that's in the shape of a triangle. Basically, we're just going to repeat what we just did right here, what I just showed you. So I'm going to continue to finish, and we'll be back. Okay, and here I put on the other dough layer on top of the meat. So now I just want you to go along and take the bottom layer of the dough along with the top layer of dough and just kind of pinch the edges sealed. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I want you to do the same. Okay, now with the ruler that you designate for your kitchen, I want you to go ahead and first off, we're going to sit there and make a line down the middle so we know exactly where to stop cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make like a okay, so we know not to, that's a little lopsided, maybe come in a little bit, and this one come out. Okay, well anyways, you get the idea. We need a center strip here that we stop at. So go ahead, cut through all the layers on each side of your and then let's go ahead, move our ruler, and we're going to keep going up the whole length of the tree. So I'll meet you back as soon as I'm all done finishing cutting. Okay, now our next thing with each one of these sections, I didn't cut that one all the way, so let me come back and okay, we're going to twist them in all the same directions. So go ahead and carefully, and you want to twist it the same amount of times for each one. So 1, and do that all the way up, and do both sides the same way. And I'll meet you at the end. Alright, there you go. Now we're going to let this rise until it's double in size, and then we're going to put it in a preheated 350-degree oven, and we're going to bake approximately about 30 minutes or until it is done and lightly golden brown on top. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to share, like, and subscribe today so you do not miss out on what next recipe I have in store for you. Y'all come back now, you hear?